Hey, YouTube, let's do this. No, let's not do that. I accidentally swiped the page back with my stupid mouse. Anyway, let's do this.
But not to let you be aware of my fear. Never know what you'll find. Don't understand your kind round here. Watching your moves, they look so radical. Hearing your words, they sound fanatical. Something inside reveals your magical. Oh, how can I get enough? You're a strange animal. That's what I know. But you're a strange animal. I've got to follow. They've been trying to stick a line in your system, analyzing the defenses you hold, trying to open wide, hoping to step inside your soul. But everything here is unfamiliar. Nothing they've seen remotely similar. How can it be you're so peculiar? Oh, how can I get enough? You're a strange animal. That's what I know. But you're a strange animal. I've got to follow. Whoa. I got to follow. I got to follow. How can I get enough? You're a strange animal. That's what
And hey, everybody, welcome to special edition of Squatch Talk. I'm Pat. Glad you guys are here on this Sunday morning. Hold on, I gotta do something. What's up, everybody? I see B's here, and Jay. Tim catching his first live show. That's awesome. Glad you're here, bud. Uncle Bones. A lot of people. Gary, what's up? Relic's here from the UK. So yeah, man. So let's all right. It's coffee with Pat, and let's do our simultaneous sip. Ready? Good stuff. And that'll be my last sip of coffee because I've overdosed on coffee today because of the time change. So I probably should have done this show earlier, but it just hit me an hour ago that could do this today. So I'm like, well, I should do it. But yeah, I'm switching over to the just straight up soda. So now it's soda time with Pat, or your beverage of choice. What's up, Jay Fritz, Sandra? All right, so a lot of regulars, a couple of new people. What's going on, guys and gals? Just wanted to do a little Squatch Talk. So it's gonna be an interesting night, actually. So little schedule thing going on here. So we got Joe. Joe's doing a show at 4 Eastern. So that'll be fun. I might pop into that if it's one of those situations. And then Nikki's doing her show. So Joe, Western Bigfoot, New York, blah blah blah, Sasquatch, name too long. At 4, then Nikki, the Hairy Man, Hoaxes and Hoodwinks. I believe she said she moved it back an hour to. So that'd be 7 Eastern. 7 Eastern for Nikki's show. And then Leon is going to be on No Such Thing podcast, Cornell's show, 8 Eastern. So there might be a little overlap there. But I haven't seen Coles. Coles hasn't posted anything. He's usually, if he's going to do a show, he would have posted it by now. And I haven't seen that. So half assume that maybe he's just going to take the night off since he hasn't posted anything. So there's your lineup. And here I am earlier, which will always be the case on Sundays, since Sundays are kind of busy with friendly channels. I'll just say that when I hopefully soon start my other show, which is going to be, if you don't know or if you don't remember, is going to be sort of outside the Bigfoot world. Just it's going to be called like Other YouTubers. So it's other YouTube channels that I'm interested in, interesting stuff, interesting people. Like these are cool channels, and just have discussion about what they do on their channels. And sometimes it'll actually overlap into sort of Sasquatch world, but not always. And I'll always ask them, their thoughts about Bigfoot or whatever. But that show will be on Sundays earlier before anyone else's shows. So sort of this time frame, 1, 2, maybe 3 Eastern. It just depends on the guest and their availability. Sometimes it'll be pre-recorded too. I don't think I'll get everybody live to do live. But I'm still working on that. It's a lot harder to find to get a hold of some of these bigger channels. It's a lot harder than I thought. Like some of these guys I'm having to chase down on Twitter and places like that. They don't always have an email. Like, I swear, some of them, I don't think I have a chance in hell of getting a hold of them. but we'll see. We'll see how it goes. I may have to, because I really wanted to I wanted to start that show off with a bang, with like a bigger channel. That's preferably what I want to do. There are smaller channels I could start it off with, I'm sure, because they're easier to get a hold of, and I know that they would want to do it. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to make a decision on that soon, because I really want to get that up and running. And then, of course, whenever I sprinkle in the coffees with Pat, they'll be earlier, probably even earlier than this. More like 11 Eastern is really ideal, I think, for that. So those are the announcements, I guess. It's gonna be a fun lineup tonight, I think. And and of course, with the time change, you know, people either love it or they're bitching about it. And really, this is the way standard time is the way it just needs to be all year, whether you realize that or not. Oh boy, here's an interesting question. So my role was I was a walker on The Walking Dead, so it wasn't. I was not a principal cast. But it was fun, and I got lots of stories to tell. But I'm saving all that. I'm saving all that. Like, I could sit here and talk about The Walking Dead for an hour and a half right now. It would be cool, but I'm saving that for a different time and show. Yeah, I mean, that's the extra hour of sleep is like a nice very nice side effect, right, to the time change. But I mean, there's a reason why it's called standard time, is because that's the way we keep time all year long until it changed, which was because of, I believe, that happened in World War II, and it was something more related, I'm pretty sure. But trust me, just keeping standard time all year long would be, everyone would love and appreciate that. You got to people get so wrapped up in, they talk like you're actually making the day longer or shorter based on changing a clock. That's not the case. The day is going to be as long or short as it is because of the planet Earth and it's tilting towards the sun and where it's at around the sun and your latitude. Changing the clock does nothing about extending the day. If you want to get up an hour earlier, that's your business. But this, the way we change the clocks it's like a forced thing to the society. If you have to be at work at 8 o'clock in the morning and the stupid time change in the spring, you lose an hour. Then, now your body is going to work at 7 o'clock in the morning. It's just screwed up. And it's like forced. I hate it. We had one person interested in power, actually interested in considering that it should be changed, and that's gone now, man. The government doesn't care. Anyway, so whatever, I'll get off my time change stump. Well, thanks, Tim. And yeah, I mean, it is funny, dude. It's like that made the show. I mean, that was it's the zombies in the show that made it like a horror series, really. It's what it started out as for a while. It was considered like a horror television show because of the zombies. But I don't know. It's they're in their last season now, so and the show has declined. Ugh, it has. It's kind of sad. But I got to be on it in its peak. Season 6, 7, and 8. Especially 6. Really, 6 was its peak. And like we were still shooting when some of those episodes were starting to come out, man, and they were like, man, I was on episodes that had like 20 million viewers that Sunday. Like it was nuts, dude. It was crazy. I can't wait to tell those stories, but not today. Mhm. It's a control thing. It's just a thing that's stuck around. I don't think it's a control thing. It's just stuck around. It's outdated. There's no reason for it whatsoever. It has nothing to do with farming, by the way. Nothing to do with farming. Like, ugh. Anyway, what do I want to talk about? I don't know. I had some ideas. What do you guys want to talk about? I'll bounce off you some more if you got something. I mean, there's not a lot of people watching, which is fine. I don't expect there to be. And I think everybody watching is in chat, pretty much. Thanks. These are just my these are actually just my normal glass, like the glasses I use when I'm on the computer doing stuff on the computer. And so I wear the other ones, for the main shows because I kind of like them better the way they look. But it's just coffee with Pat, or now it's soda with Pat. Soda, and there's no whiskey in it. Just so everybody knows, man. Soda with Pat, and so it's casual. And oh yeah, that's right, Jay's here. Jay, I almost forgot you were here. Thanks. And yeah, thanks for being here, Jay. If you're drinking coffee. So see, some of my West Coasters might actually be drinking coffee right now still. Because it's like 11 a.m. And I was chugging coffee at 11 a.m. this morning. Well, yeah, dude, that's why you gotta, put some creamer in it and like a little sugar. Don't drink it black. I can't drink black coffee. Like, yeah. You're making a fresh brew. You're one of those all dayers. I can only take it to about one or two. Oh, there's Cornell. What's up, dude? It was cool meeting you the other night. I'm glad you popped in. It was an interesting discussion. It was a great show, and have a good show tonight with Leon. So yeah, No Such Thing podcast. Again, reminder, 8 Eastern, I believe. And Leon will be his guest. So, yeah, man. And of course, it's later. And it's got busting out the military time, making me have to do math. Yeah, I gotta. Yeah, coffee is a daily thing for me. I can't go to work without it. You're a black coffee drinker, Jay. Yeah, it's like Ernie is too, man. He'll just pour it in the cup, start drinking it. I'm like, yuck. So now it's coffee. It's actual coffee talk. What else is in here? There we go. Almost 7 p.m. Gotcha, mate. Almost 7 p.m., mate. How you like my English accent? It's not bad, huh? Oh, man. What up, WTF Mike? In the house. Doing a little hair of the dog today, are you? Hope you're feeling better. Should be getting close to recovered from the flu. Which reminds me, so Ken Walker, who was my guest, a couple of weeks ago, like he's either in the hospital or went to the hospital, and I'm pretty sure it's COVID. Sucks. It sucks, dude. But so everybody wish Ken a well recovery. Because having to go to the hospital because of that freaking virus, man, is no joke. Hopefully they load him up with some good, therapeutics, man. But just wanted to throw that out there. So what are we talking about? What are we going to talk about? No, I haven't drank in a long time. Just my normal. Okay. What do you mean you haven't drank in a long time? Like you weren't drinking because you had the flu, or you dialed back your drinking like some time ago? Because I remember, I remember seeing stuff on your channel, dude. Like you guys would just all get hammered, man, and talk shit. I was like, dude, that sounds like fun. Yeah, Ken. Good. Thanks, B. Yeah. Ooh, my neck hurts, man. Still recovering physically from the week. It was kind of a tough week physically and mentally. My hair is just doing weird stuff. But I don't care. It's Sunday. I guess I'll keep growing it out. I don't know. I might cut it again. We'll see. My ears are bothering me. Sorry. I'm just complaining. I didn't come on here to complain. I want to talk Squatch. Or just hang out. Yeah. Yeah, Jay. That's good. I had a great show with him, man. He seemed to really love it too, man. It was, I think he felt how different, my show is compared to a lot of other shows. Well, I appreciate that, Tim. Have a good day, brother. We'll see you next time, dude. I'll be doing these. I'll sprinkle these in just whenever I'm in the mood. I mean, I'm literally just sitting here at the computer and start thinking about something I want to talk about. And I'm like, well, damn, I could just pop live and just talk about it, So, and hey, Nikki, what's up, Nikki? So I believe, let me confirm that I got this right. I listed everybody's else's schedules for the evening, and yours is now going to be Nikki 7 Eastern, I believe. 7 Eastern. So if you want to confirm that, that'll be great. What's who said what? Do I got you baffled? Who? All right, Gary. Who are you talking to me? I mean, I know you got your views, man. You're Gary, and I respect you for it. I respect your opinions and your views and your reality, bro. but I'm not. I don't want to start talking about paranormal stuff. It's just not. I'm not in the mood. Sorry. No, you're not. Get out of here. You sound like Raptor. You're not being shadow banned. Not by me, bro. I just addressed you. And thanks for watching, Gary, as always, dude. You're a welcome member of my audience. And chat isn't like, I've never seen chat pick on you or do anything out of the air. You're welcome here, dude. I've told you that 100 times. I'm glad you're a viewer. I don't want to talk paranormal. There's plenty of places to go for that, man. There's gold mine paranormal shows out there. Maybe. Maybe. What do you have going on tonight, Nikki? I mean, what do you have planned already? So yeah, maybe so. Sure. Oh, come on. Just give me the lowdown. I mean, do you have a guest? Did somebody fall through? What's going on? Sorry. I know that's annoying. The Jacobs photos. Ooh, then I need to brush up on that. I just by the name, I don't know what that is, but it's probably something I've seen. So, maybe message me that information, or I'll look it up or whatever. And that one too, whatever that is. The Boone Bigfoot. Okay, yeah. Well, I'll do some research on it if you want to point me in the right direction, or again, I'll look it up. Either way, it's cool. Give me something else to do besides clean my house. Anyway, there was some things I wanted to. I hear you, Gary. I hear you, bud. There's something going on there. I believe you. I believe you. Thomas might show up. Okay. Brent. Cool. Awesome. What? Huh? More, yeah, right. The more porcupine stuff. See you, Jay. Thanks for being here, and happy birthday again, buddy. I think I said it to you the other day, but I'll say it to you again. Happy birthday, Jay. Cool, fun birthday weekend for Jay. And yeah, go make some yummy ribs or something. I can watch that later. Oh, my ears are killing me, man. Give me a second. I need some ice. My ears are killing me. I feel like something's really wrong with my ears. Okay, I think I know what you're talking about. Oh my God. Go away. Hold on. um. Well, cool. Yeah. Hey, Scott. Glad to see you here. Yeah. Welcome to the actual live show for you, man. It's not, yeah, not 3 a.m. your time. Um. Which is part of the reason why, like I will do this again every now and then, not every Sunday. Not always gonna want to do it. Not I won't always be able to do it. Um, but glad you're hearing and digging it. I don't know, Mike. I've had really good luck with YouTube. Doesn't seem to mess with me at all. And I play all kinds of copyrighted material and stuff. I don't know. I need to just like shut up about it, actually. I don't know. I'm guessing like maybe that will all change when I hit 1,000 subs. And yeah, I agree. Like, why is that even a thing? But sometimes, like, whenever I restart my computer, then it'll drop me off of where I usually keep the, you know, the the P or HD, whatever, and it will knock it down to like, yeah, like 420 or what. Like it takes it off of where I had it, and then closed captioning will be turned on for some reason, just because I restart the computer. Really? I'm still trying to figure that out. So the way it reads to me, because they will tag the information, they will put the information in the notes, uh, and it's has something to do with YouTube has licensing, so they have certain publishing or licensing, and I guess I just keep picking songs that fall under that umbrella that YouTube is licensed to. So that's the best. Yeah, there's just something wrong with my ears. Like I need to go see an ear doctor. Um, there's just something wrong. Like I played music. Not only, I mean, did I play rock music for freaking 20 years, but all that time leading up to it, and for a long time during my music career, I would listen to music, man. You know, full blast on headphones and like real headphones. Um, so I think I've done a lot of damage to my ears, unfortunately. Yeah, I look disheveled or something. I don't know. There, that's better. Um, yeah, that's a thing too. You see, that's the thing, Mike. I don't get copyright strikes. I don't, and the algorithm picks it up, and again, it gets tagged with the information about the song. And that's it. And of course, YouTube Music, dude, that's a paid service. Um, or it's a free and paid service, right? It's one of those deals. Um, our claims. I'm not sure what a claim is compared to a strike. Like, I'm not sure what that means actually. But yeah, YouTube music is like a different thing. But it's finally getting figured out, and I don't know why it took this long to figure out how music was going to work on the internet. All this shit should have happened 15 years ago. You know, it's just crazy. Oh God, I'm in a lot of pain. But I still don't have anything to talk about. Let's see what's going on. What? Hold on. So let's do the old what what's gonna pop up in the Facebook feed. I've seen a few goodies earlier. Nope. Okay. Sorry guys, I'm just perusing for a second here. Just to see if anything interesting pops up. Not really. Okay. Well, I'll give up on that. Get off of that. We're StreamYard. Okay, where are we at? Let's see. Right. So that happens. That happens to me. I get the tag. I get the tag in the description, but no ads. There are no ads. And maybe that's because that's because I don't have the channel monetized myself at all, because I don't have enough subs. Yep. So that's one of those things. I think it's because I'm below the 1,000 that I'm not having to deal with any of that, except they put the tag on there, like you're saying. And this is some recognition. YouTube channel. Someone believes they hold the copyright to any music they play. The system is open to abuse. Okay. Again, my understanding is that YouTube has what must be a incredible amount of licensing that they've paid for. And I mean, that's the only way that they could do YouTube music, and that's sort of a newer thing, right? So I don't know. It's like I said, it's getting figured out. It's finally getting to where it needs to be. Yeah, I know. There's not much in it. You have to have a large sub base, and your videos got to get large numbers of views and consistently on a regular basis. And then there's some money in it, some. But I think where the real money is at, and I see this with the gamers, because I follow some streamers, like gamer streamers, is the donos, the donations, especially the big ones. Like, I mean, Doc, that guy's making so much money, man. He's a multimillionaire. But even some of the medium-sized streamers, man, I've sat there and watched them make more money in half an hour than I make all day. It's like, that's frustrating to me, but whatever. I'm not jelly. I'm just saying. It's like, damn. I knew I should have built a gaming channel 15 years ago. But hey, I don't know. Squatchy. What can we talk about in the Squatch world? Not much, because I have a feeling I'll be talking Squatch, it seems, all day. Not here all day, but if I'm going to be on these other shows. Ooh, that sounds good. That sounds good. What's up, Woodburger? How you doing, man? And Alan, glad you're here. Thanks for being here, guys. So, I think there is one thing I want to talk about, and again, there's so much stuff I'm saving for other shows, but this one popped up today. I don't know who that is. Hold on. I don't know who that is, Alan. Corky's research channel. I'm not familiar with that. Hey, go for it, man. It might get 10,000 views. You might be asked to be on Bigfoot Odyssey and go talk about the footage. I'm not kidding. On my channel, Mike, because I have other YouTube channels, and I've watched my own show on those other channels. I've never seen an ad on my channel, ever. So I don't know if you're talking about, like, you saw an ad on my channel. What? Now, see, that's weird. Again, that's really strange to me, because, like I said, I have other YouTube channels, and if I watch back one of my episodes off one of those other channels, I've never once seen an ad. I don't know. Oh, well. I mean, if that's the case, that's the case. To be honest with you, I mean, ads, ads, skip ad. And if that's the price I pay for getting to play the music I want, so be it. So be it. Man, Cams would be interested in. What? Dogman Cams would be interested in Booger's fake video. Oh, yeah. I see what you're saying. What he was saying earlier. Okay. Okay. Oh, oops. And I did mean to do that. They don't bring money to me. Again, I'm not monetized. So. Be sent what? Okay. I'm super confused, Mike. I just am. I think I'm not picking up what you're throwing down. Let me see what's going on here. Let's see. Let's find, where's the last show? Where's the show from the other night? Would have been, oh God, would have been, it's buried down in my feed a little bit. 2 days ago. Oh God. What did it look like? What did I have? It was the open mic. There it is. All right. So let me open it and pause.
Looked at it the next day, and
We don't want to and okay, there's no, okay, Beast in the Night isn't even listed because that's just Ernie's song. That's not, there's no publishing with Beast in the Night. Okay, whatever. I'm out of here. I don't know. Oops. Ooh, wrong page. Where are we at here? I can't post a link for that video on your list. Okay. I don't know, but yeah, so Beast in the Night doesn't have publishing, so there's no licensing. That's just Ernie's song. It's really a demo version of the song, and yeah, so there's no publishing or licensing involved with Beast in the Night. And I even have a little bit of ownership in the song myself. So technically, I could tell YouTube that I certainly have permission to play it. One could argue I have some ownership in the song. We'll see. We'll see what Ernie has to say about that. I may one day, because I'm going to probably record that song with Ernie in the studio eventually. Like do a good professional recording of that song and try and get it in something Bigfoot somewhere published. We'll see. Anyway, so the one thing that popped up today that I thought, you know what? I think I want to set the record straight on this because not a lot of people know. And so, yeah, I'm just going to talk about it for a minute. Is the Dennis Martin case. Dennis Martin, who disappeared, young boy disappeared in North Carolina state or national forest back in the 60s. I'm sure a lot of you are familiar with that. Politis referenced it in one of the Missing 401s. Bob Gimlin, the YouTuber Bob Gimlin, he did an episode about it. And so a lot of people in the Bigfoot world know the Dennis Martin case and the Bigfoot narrative that is laid over the top of it. And so in the Bigfoot world, it's pretty common belief that Bigfoot kidnapped and killed eventually this little kid, Dennis Martin, back in the 60s. And I'm here to tell you that there's virtually zero reason to think that. And that's certainly not what happened to him. So I want to talk about that for a minute. So again, this happened back in the 60s. Dennis Martin was, I believe he was 9 years old. I think he may have been younger than that. I haven't seen the the specs, all the actual information in quite some time, but I think he was a 9-year-old boy. And again, this happened near Spencefield in the, thick North Carolina mountainous wilderness. So the first thing to go over some of the important facts about that that disappearance is that Dennis Martin was special needs. And he was fairly special needs kid. So there's that factor to understand about his disappearance. And number two, as it was described in Missing 411 and as it was described in Bob Gimlin's sort of presentation, that he pulled a lot of that from Missing 411, that it happened at Spencefield, like out at Spence Field, there is a big wide open area, and then Dennis was hiding behind a bush and never seen again. That's completely false. That never happened. That's not the way it went down. So already, man, there's a lot of misinformation, either be it purposefully or just by accident or unknowingly being passed about how that whole event happened. So what actually happened is they were past Spence Field on a trail that leads away from there, a hiking trail. And it was two families, and they were both last name Martin, but they were not related, and kids. So there was a little group of kids between these two families, Dennis being one of them, hiking down the trail. And the kids were playing a game where they would get ahead of the adults and hide behind trees, and it was all fun and games. The adults were kind of playing along, right? And then the adults would catch up, and then the kids would jump out and and have a big laugh, and then go do it again like little kids do, right? Do it again, do it again, do it again, And and then what happened when Dennis disappeared was that the same thing that had been happening. All kids all went and hid. Well, all the kids hid like on this side of the trail, and Dennis hid on the other side of the trail. And so at that point, he was completely separated from everyone, and that's when he went missing. Again, remember, he was a special needs kid to some, I'd say, significant degree. And so now we've got a cocktail brewing for disaster, because somehow, some way, he either kept playing the game, to the point where, he really hid, and now he's by himself, again, separated. And, whatever happened from there is sort of speculation, but it would have had to have been really something like he just wandered further, or somehow, he was still in his head playing the game and got to a point where he legitimately got separated from the group and became lost in just sort of in the wilderness itself, off of the trail. Now, what happened next is certainly what killed him. There was so now he's wandered off the trail. He's not down the trail or back up the trail. He's sort of off trail and completely separated from the group. The group starts looking for him, and the way they do this is to go up and down the trail, especially his father. So his father went way down the trail. So really, in that moment, his instincts were incorrect, thinking that maybe Dennis kept running down the trail, and that's where his father went to go look for him, was way down the trail, and then back up. And at this point, they can't find him. It's been a little bit of time's gone by, and bad weather moves in, like thunderstorms, and lots of rain, and they can't find him. It's raining like cats and dogs, like really bad, very severe thunderstorms. And so that sort of shut everything down. And whatever, at this point, and this is the 60s, dude, there's no cell phones or anything like that. At this point, they're trying to get word out. The kid, Dennis is missing, and get help, get the, people to come help, and all that stuff. And these thunderstorms are just rolling in. and it's lots of rain. The rain lasted quite some time into the next day or two. It really hampered the search. But certainly, what happened to Dennis, unfortunately, is in that time where they they had to stop even looking shortly after they started looking. He's left out there all alone and obviously lost, and he certainly died from exposure. Certainly, and even though this is in a warmer part of the year, I believe it was either late spring or early. I think it may have been in June. This may have been like a Father's Day thing, from what I remember. But I know it was the warmer part of the climate. It wasn't. This didn't happen in winter. Ironically, I bet you if it would have been wintertime, they would have found him right away, because of if you've never been to the South, I mean, the woods they're so thick in the summer, but in the wintertime, it just opens up. Like you could see 10 times further through the woods in the wintertime. But anyway, so exposure, even though it's warm outside, you think, you'd be okay, but that's not the case. And I know this personally because I got trapped in a thunderstorm once. It's the coldest I've ever been in my life. It was in the middle of summer. And I probably had stage 2 hypothermia on in the South, a middle of summer in the South. It could easily be 90 degrees outside. Thunderstorm comes along, and I got trapped in it and fully exposed, like full exposure to the storm. And again, that was the coldest I've ever been in my life. And I've camped in 18-degree weather, so it was bad. Again, probably stage 2 hypothermia. I finally got untrapped after the storm passed, and I got in my car. I had to get in my car, turn on the heat. No kidding. Drive home, get out of those wet clothes. I mean, dry off. I mean, it was bad. I was freezing cold. I was shivering like crazy in the middle of summer. So I can only imagine what that was like for Dennis Martin to have been stranded out in the woods, lost. That kind of weather moves in, and it certainly would have killed him. A little boy, special needs, no ability to take real cover. Certainly no ability to start a fire or anything like that. I mean, his fate was sealed. And I'll tell you, Mike, why I don't think it was a mountain lion. I'm pretty sure it was not a mountain lion. Besides the fact that mountain lions in the South are extremely rare. But I'll tell you why. So that's almost certainly how he died. Now, I know the weird coinky dink or whatever from the Key family at the same time Dennis went missing, roughly at the same time, about 5 miles away, different location. This family saw whatever they saw. Don't know what it was. Don't know that it was a Bigfoot. It could have been a turkey hunter with a freaking turkey over its shoulder. Those guys get pretty gillied out and decked out, man. So not sure what that family saw. And even if they did see a freaking Bigfoot, there's still no reason to believe, that was, what happened to Dennis. Because again, I'm about to debunk that. So I'm pretty sure that's Dennis died like that night. He probably didn't last 2 or 3 hours. Again, middle of summer, I got stage 2 hypothermia, trapped in one passing thunderstorm. And that happened in like 15 minutes, 20 minutes tops. Yeah. So he probably died within a couple of hours of being exposed to that weather. So here comes the real kicker here is that, and I've never heard anybody say this in the Bigfoot world. It's I don't know why, other than nobody's ever taken the time to properly research this event that happened, this disappearance. Or they know it and they just don't want it included in the narrative because they're purposely trying to do the Bigfoot narrative. And it's this: Dennis Martin's body was found. Huh? What, Pat? Yes, that's right. Never heard that in the Bigfoot world, have you? His body was found. Now, it's not a super normal conventional find, but it was found. And so what happened is, years later, so this was after the big search, and I want to talk about the big search too, because that's an important factor. Even though I still believe that search wouldn't have mattered because Dennis would have died of exposure rather quickly. So the search, should have yielded the body, but didn't. Anyway, years and years, like we're talking 10 years, maybe longer. I haven't memorized the actual numbers on some of this stuff, but I did research it and I'm definitely in the ballpark. 10 or more years later, a ginsenger was in that area and he came across Dennis's body. And so at this point, so much time had gone by. I mean, he could tell, he knew that what he was looking at, there would have been a lot, it would have been very skeletal type remains, but it was enough and intact. And so that's the relatively intact, Mike, I think is sort of the important part. Like, I don't think it's mountain lion, but we'll never know. I mean, it could have been that he was out there and a mountain lion snatched him up. We'll never know that part. But of a little boy, and the ginsenger knew what he was looking at. He was looking at a little kid, and Dennis was the only little kid to go missing there in that time period. And of course, the ginsenger would have known about the fact that, oh yeah, a little boy went missing from here 10 or 12 years ago, whenever it was when this ginsenger found him. So he would have known that, or he did know it. So he knew it. He knew what he was looking at. But for whatever reason, is because, well, and maybe the laws were different back then. I don't know. Ginsengers are always kind of sketchy people, and you're not supposed to be ginsenging on federal land like that, so because he was ginsenging, he didn't tell anybody. He turned around and walked away. He didn't go to the authorities then. Okay. And it wasn't until about 10 or 15 years after that, for whatever reason, man, enough time went by, or his consciousness, like for whatever reason, whatever snapped in that dude's head. Now we're getting really far away from disappearance. He decided to go to the authorities and tell them that he had found that body back, 10 years ago now, or how roughly. And he took them to the spot, and they found nothing. They weren't able to find anything. At that point, it had been, nature took its course, which is what happens. That's exactly what happens to skeletal remains and bodies. They don't last long in those wet, forested environments. Um, so, so it's almost 100% that uh, his body was discovered by this ginsenger. Unless the guy's lying. I don't know why he would lie about that, but and by that time that he decided he was going to, tell people about it, it was too late. There's just zero trace, or it's also possible he couldn't remember the exact spot, but at that point there shouldn't be a trace of, a small child's body left anyway. Unfortunately. And so, and it was not too far, because there is a location on that where that ginsenger, like a general location where the ginsenger found the remains. And so, first of all, it was in the complete opposite direction of where the Key family saw whatever they saw, and it wasn't super far off the trail. It wasn't super close, but it was maybe, a quarter mile or half a mile off the trail, something like that. So that's what happened, again, like, could predation be involved? Maybe, Mike. I say probably not. I'm pretty sure that kid died of exposure. It sort of makes the most sense. But predation could be a factor. Not going to completely rule it out, because again, none of us were there to witness witness what exactly happened. And the other, like, big kind of thing that came out of that whole, so what the Dennis Martin case is actually most famous for is that it is a what not to do when searching for a lost child in the woods. Again, remember, this is the 60s, different time. And what happened was, people from all around the area, began hearing about this, found out a small child was missing. They wanted to do something. So literally 1,000 people showed up to try and look for the kid. And what that did was, that was a huge mistake. And common sense sort of will mislead you in this scenario. Think, well, if you put numbers out in the woods, it's a big net, right? And that didn't work. They never found his body. And what it does is that all the specialized people who are trackers, now you just destroyed. You put 1,000 people in the woods. You destroyed any potential for the professional, specialized people who know what they're doing to ever catch a trail. So in the search and rescue world, the Dennis Martin case is a teaching tool for search and rescue. That's why search and rescue now is a small group of people with highly professional, specialized skills, and they do their job damn well. They find people all the time. So yeah, that was a big lesson to be learned out of the Dennis Martin cases. You don't put 1,000 people in the woods, even though everybody wants to help. It actually does more harm than good. So anyway, that is the truth about the Dennis Martin case. It's not a Bigfoot thing. It was an unfortunate thing that happened to a child that, it again was a series of events, man, that led, to him, going missing and, and succumbing to the elements. So anyway, I just wanted to talk about that and get that out there. because it's just one of those things. I'm tired seeing it. I'm tired seeing Bigfooters talk about it. It's, you know, I mean, to me, it's a stupid. It's ridiculous as trying to, involve Bigfoot in the JFK assassination or something. Like it's just one of those things. So anyway, I guess that's all I got on that. But and me talking about it on this show isn't going to change anything. We'll perpetually hear about the Dennis Martin case in the Bigfoot world forever because of Politis. You know, basically. People looking. Sorry, didn't. Oh, millions looking. Yeah, I understand, Gary, but like again, that case, like that event, changed the way that we do search and rescue. We don't use great numbers. We use small number of highly trained professionals that know what they're doing and can track and find, and it works. We find people all the time and save their lives. We save lives. Okay, maybe I'll check that out. But I feel like I've got yeah, I know, and that's pretty much everything I just said. Um, I feel like I got as much of the facts about that disappearance as yep. Yep, that's right, Mike. And uh, like I said, that's why like we don't do that anymore. That's not a thing. You couldn't if you wanted to. People would not be allowed to enter the search area. You know, as much as people would love to go help, unless maybe you're a family member or something like that, you won't even be allowed in the search area, and for good reason. Like we've refined search and rescue to as good as it's gonna get for now. I'll probably even like whenever I can get the thermal drone, dude, I'm immediately gonna join a search and rescue team because that's in my opinion the most powerful tool that could be used. It's way better than using a helicopter. Way better, and of course less expensive. But yeah, I'll be on a search and rescue team with that drum when I get it. One of these days. I don't know. I guess I could sell my car. If I sold my car, I could get the drone. But then, and just get like a really cheap car and a $10,000 drone. But yeah, man. Just again, it's like, I don't know if Politis. I think it's purposeful. I think he's taking these stories, dude. He's leaving out vital information and purposely putting the Bigfoot narrative on top of it, and it works. People gobble it up. Yeah. And that's true. I did part of my research on the case was listening to interviews with people who were there and actually partook in the actual search. No, I just need, like, honestly, man, I want to get like just a 4-wheel drive, smaller SUV, I mean, I'd love to have a Jeep, but those are just, even used Jeeps are sort of out of my price range. But it just sucks, man. I mean, I've got a car sitting out there right now. It's worth about 16 grand, and it's not. Well, technically, it's not my car. It's Squatchbait's car. So I'm in negotiations with Squatchbait about what we're gonna do with that car. That's what it is. I've already got a Honda Accord V6 Touring Edition, and I need to sell it. Get a drone, move, and then get like two humble cars, something like that. I think that's the only way it's gonna happen, because there's just no way I could save up. I just don't make enough money. Like what I do, man, to save up freaking 10 grand would take me 10 years, I think. Just sucks. Yeah. Yep. But I mean, Politis, I mean, obviously, dude, I mean, he's got the Missing 401 books. He's made the 50 Missing 401 documentaries, like that's definitely bringing him some bucks, man. Yeah, 2016. It's a fun car, man. It'll hang with like a freaking Mustang. It scoots. I hear you, dude. I should be doing chores right now, but I keep putting it off. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think that's the plan, Nikki. I think that's the plan. And yeah, we'd have a lot more income to play with too. Even with getting two more humble cars. Like, yeah, like $2,000 cars. Actually, man, we've got it's complicated. We have a freaking cool little VW, and just needs a new transmission. So, I mean, there's lots of things we could do, and we will. I miss my Xterra, and I had such a cool 4-wheel drive yellow Xterra. I miss that car. I mean, I finally drove it into the ground, man, but I miss that truck so bad. I can't really take the Honda out in the woods, man. There's some places like dirt roads I can go down with it, but I mean, I can't cross creeks in it. I can't take it through high grass. I mean, it just sucks. It's difficult. I haven't been camping one time this season. Not once. Miss it. But yeah, man. That's about it. I'll probably start wrapping it up. Yes, they do. But yeah. Whatever I get, man, I really, really need it to be 4-wheel drive. But they're hard to like. They're really hard to find down here in the South used. Like, they're much more prevalent up north. That's where I got my Xterra, was up in New York. I had to fly up there to drive it back. But it's hard to find used 4-wheel drive vehicles down here in the South. It's just not as it's not as much of a need for them down here. It's just recreational. It doesn't snow down here a lot, so anyway. What else is going on? We got Joe's show in an hour or so? About an hour, I think. What Nikki's me. Oh yeah, yep. I know what you're talking about, Nikki. Yeah, it's just yeah. Anyway, yeah, that too. That's why, dude, we can get premium for that Honda Accord right now because of what's going on with cars, and yeah, like we can get. I think we'd get like 18 grand for it. But I don't know why. I don't know why I'm talking about all this personal stuff on my show, man. Like Squatch Bait's gonna kill me. But I don't know, man. I don't know. It's Sunday. It's gorgeous outside. I should be up in the mountains right now. Should be. Yeah, I don't know, man. It's like I need to convert that into something. I don't know. Yeah, it's a tough one. It's a tough one. We'll see. We'll see. I got some irons in the fire. I would show you guys how beautiful it is out here, but man, I should have done this from the porch. I don't know what I was thinking. I should have taken this party to the porch, man. Not thinking today. All right. Anything stupid on Facebook I can show you guys? Maybe. What is this? Oh, come on. Come on. Oh my God. My ears still hurt. Sorry. I don't know why I'm just being a whiny biatch today. I shouldn't do that. I shouldn't come onto my own show and whine about stuff. What is this? All right, nothing interesting in the Facebook feed. Except, well, this looks pretty dumb. But it's half an hour long, so I'll pass. Yep. Cool stuff, but nothing. No low-hanging squatchy fruit. Blah. All right, well, just get out of that. All right, thanks, Derek. Thanks for being here, bud. Appreciate you. And we'll see you next time, hopefully. If not, see you on the replay, right? But yeah, I think I should wrap it up. But I'm doing that thing I do where I'm like, but I want to wrap it up with something interesting. It's a beautiful day outside. I'm trying to think of some content I could play to bounce out to. That's not too long but interesting. I don't know. Let's see what's going on. Is there anything going on right now? No, there's not. Oh. So, yeah, I think I'm heading in that direction. I think so. Oh, wait, that's my channel. Well, cool, man. I enjoyed talking to you guys today. Bouncing off you about all kinds of stuff, interesting things. And, getting the Dennis Martin thing off my chest. So, yeah, Impalas are cool. But I'm telling you, man, this Honda is fucking fast, man. It will hang with a Mustang. At least some. It will. Like, it's a fast car. I drove it yesterday. I went 90 the whole way down the interstate, about 3 exits to get to the vet before the vet closed, because I discovered yesterday I was walking the dogs and I discovered Sally's walking on just 3 of her legs. So she had her back right paw pulled up. And I looked at it, dude, and one of her nails, because her nails don't wear down. She's so light-footed, small and light-footed. And it's really hard for me to cut them, but I should cut them anyway. Anyway, it grown into her paw. And I freaked out. Found the only vet open was like 15 miles away, and I went 90 the whole way, man. Got there just in time. And they were already closed, but one of the vets, they were just kind of hanging out. One of the vets was like, she grabbed the dog and she cut all of her nails and pulled the nail out and cut it. And now I just gotta, treat her like, give her antiseptic twice a day. But yeah, man, I took that Honda 90 the whole way. Super Sport, huh? You got a Super Sport? Nice. That was was that the name of the? Yeah, that was. I can't remember the name of my own albums, dude. Yeah, the first album. The first album was named Super Sport. Oh, Jesus. Yeah. And we also had a song called Super Sport that isn't on either one of the albums. Yeah, Super Sport. Oh god, I'm gonna be able to get this back on here properly. Nope. Jesus. Oh great. Well, that sucks. Sorry guys. I'm trying to put this back up. There it is. Oh great. Alright, I'll do that later. Ugh. So, I guess everybody, like, you want to keep the Bigfoot party going today. Again, I'll remind you, Joe, Western Bigfoot, Sasquatchy, New York, the Big Feets, whatever it's called, 4 o'clock. So in an hour, 4 Eastern. And then after that, we got Nikki at 7 Eastern, which I guess I'm going to be on that show. And then No Such Thing podcast, Cornell, 8 Eastern as guest. Everyone's favorite, Mr. Bigfoot Okanagan himself, Leon Thompson. So that's it. I'm going to wrap it up. Thanks for being here. Thanks for participating in Coffee with Pat. And I don't know. Might see you guys. I might jump into Joe's show if it's that. I think it might be an open show today. And so see you guys there maybe, and then Nikki later. And yeah, man, we'll keep the party going. But I'm gonna wrap it up, and no closer. I'm just gonna end the show. Thanks everybody for watching. We'll see you Tuesday.